Today, I'll be covering the best snipers in Phantom Forces. I'm going to give you my top 5 as well as a bonus weapon at the end, so make sure you stick about. Before we get started, make sure you guys do like and subscribe if you haven't already. So without wasting any time, let's hop right into it. The first weapon I recommend is the Model 700. Also, as a side point, any weapon that I mention in this video, I will also be providing a pretty good setup for. So let's get into it. First of all, we have the default Model 700 with the default scope that comes with it. This gun is super beginner friendly. Whether you're long range or close range with this gun, it really doesn't matter. That's because it's pretty OP regardless of the range. But obviously, as a sniper, you would want to be using it mostly for longer range. But as for a good setup for this gun, this is what I like to use. You've got the VCOG scope with the heavy barrel. The heavy barrel is really important for this setup because it makes it really easy no matter what range you're at, and it really improves the damage as well. For the grip, we obviously have the skelly grip with the removed stock just to make movement that bit easier. Next up, and I know a lot of people are going to hate me for this right here, the BFG, is one of the best snipers that you can have in the game. Now, of course, that is because it basically takes no skill to use. You don't really need any sort of aim to use this either, which is also why you see everybody BFG spamming 24/7. Yes, it's extremely annoying, but again, it is only extremely annoying because it's extremely good. Controlling this gun is literally the easiest thing you can do. But yeah, you get the gist, it's pretty good. As for a good setup, I use the ACOG scope in this as well, paired up with the suppressor, skelly grip, and remove stock. What a shot, oh my god. Generally, BFG players do get the most amount of hate. Again, it is somewhat understandable. Alright, that's enough of that. Next up on the list, I have the Mosin Nugget. Now, excuse the skin here, but this gun right here, this, if you have some sort of aim, this is going to be pretty good for you. And even if you don't have good aim, you can build up the aim using something like the Model 700 and then start using this when you get a chance to. Obviously, it is more of a higher rank unlock though. So for most people, it's probably going to be a pre-buy if they do get it. If you are going to pre-buy, I do recommend waiting for the player shop to reset. For the best setup that I found for this, I have the Coyote Sight Suppressor Skelly Grip with the extended mag. I found you don't really need to mess a lot with this, because the Mosin is just a goated gun. For me, this is by far the smoothest feeling gun on the list. I don't know how to describe it, but getting kills on this gun literally just feels like slicing through butter. Now, that's probably because of this really satisfying and nice reload animation. Alright, moving on, I have a kind of a tie here. This is a gun that a lot of people don't really use, or if they do, I've literally never seen them. This right here is the Fix, and tied with this is the Mini Fix. Now, the reason I want to tie these together here is because they are by far, in my experience, the best snipers in the game. Especially if you have, like, decent aim. You don't even need to be elite level. But in my opinion, this thing right here, the Fix series, they're just crazy. The Fix itself is just OP, and the Mini Fix is basically the Fix but on crack. The Mini Fix is just a lot faster, reloads a lot faster, controlling is a lot easier, penetration is pretty good as well. But in my opinion and my recommendation, what you should do is you should start on the Fix, and once you think you're good enough, you should hop over to the Mini Fix. Now, at first I thought these guns were pretty bad, but the main factor that really sets these guns apart is their penetration. The pen you get with this level of control is crazy. The setup I use for this is the Coyote Sight, Suppressor, Skelly Grip, and Remove Stock. And moving on to the minifix, again, it's very similar. Coyote Sight, Skelly, Remove Stock, but this is the important part with the minifix. You want to make sure you have the heavy barrel on. As you can see, I have put 5,100 kills on this gun because I enjoy using it that much. Obviously, if you're using heavy barrel, you can't use a suppressor. But hey, as long as you kill them fast enough, they can't kill you back and you don't need to be detected. But look at that, you have 30 bullets in the mag. So you can miss as many shots as you want, you just refire. And as long as you get headshot damage on this, up to 180 studs, it's going to be a kill. In most instances, especially close range, even a torso or limb hit is a one-hit kill. To a longer range, as you can see, it is up to a 2-tap for the head, but still, it is extremely OP and way better than any other sniper that I use. I have been maining this sniper ever since I found out about it. Once you go to the fix, you can't go back, bro. Look at that. Easy as that. I literally just wiped out basically the whole team there. I literally do not see anybody using the minifix at all. Despite this much power, like, I don't understand why. I assume it's because not many people know about it. I've said it once, I'll say it again. This is the best sniper in the game. If I were to rank them, this is number 1, but obviously I'm not really going rank-wise, since this is a list to help out all types of players, including people that are newer to the game. Okay, but anyways, regardless of how much fun I'm having with that, let's move on to the next gun. The next gun, I have it right here, it is the M107. The setup you want to use for this is any sight you want. I use Coyote Sight. You want to have a suppressor. Suppressors are just OP. They don't deduct anything from your stats. Well, at least the default suppressor doesn't. Skelly grip and extended mag. Now, this gun I've seen a lot of people start to use. Typically, you get your BFG users that kind of start to get some better aim, and then they move on to this gun right here. This requires a bit more aim, but again, it is very beginner friendly. Now, the reason this gun is on the list is because whether it's long range or short range, you can get some pretty good damage. It is usually a one-tap kill, and the penetration on the gun is not bad at all either. You'll be able to shoot through thinner walls pretty easily, especially the wooden walls. Finally, we have the bonus gun, which I have put as the WAR 2000. Again, another semi-underrated gun I don't see a lot of people using. As for the setup I have on this, I use the default scope. Barrel, I use muzzle brake, skelly grip, and as for ammo conversions, I use a 300 Win Mag. As you can see from the graph, it just makes it a lot better damage-wise, but it does decrease the ammo capacity by 1 in the mag. It is another gun that is really consistent regardless of the range you're using it at. Of course, there are loads of other snipers in the game with loads of better setups, but if you do want to check them out, I do always recommend making your own setups for your own guns, seeing how they feel to you. Obviously, some of the guns that I put on this list, you might not put on the list. There are also substitutions for certain guns. For example, the BFG can be substituted for the Hecate 2, which is often called the higher rankers BFG. But yeah, if you guys want, I can make a part 2 covering the rest of the list. Or comment down below, would you want to see me go through every single sniper on this list and ranking them? Drop some no recoil setups in the comments. I'll be checking them out for a future video. But yeah, I hope you did find this list useful. Make sure you guys do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.